final words in this interview for Arthur? What can he expect in April from you?
Okay, so maybe it's just a question to him. I wonder if he knows that he's about to lose or not. Just like that. Because I don't think he knows.
All right.
Yes, so I feel like even last time I already knew a lot about his style because I met him before, and in general I can see what he's doing. So it should not be really a surprise for me that the thing which I was trying to do didn't work so well after the first round. You know, the first round I feel like I executed the first moment pretty well.
Yeah, the first part.
But of course, since the power level is so high, um, you might easily get damaged a little bit. So I feel like even that first round maybe still kind of, you know, put a lot of pressure onto my arm. So the next one, I feel like he changed direction a little bit unexpectedly. He was much more aggressive to the side. So that thing probably kind of killed my pronation. But also in general, what led me to making those mistakes was simply my strategy, I guess, which was just to kind of stop the match, hold it anywhere, trust in my endurance a lot, and hope that he will maybe, even though he is more comfortable, you know, having those big muscles, I was hoping it would make him tired sooner, right?
Yeah.
But
More
the problem was that
muscle,
maybe I got a little
more
bit
pump.
too much damage, and then my arm didn't work that well anymore. So this time we do it differently. I will not trust my endurance anymore. You know, I'll not put too many eggs into that basket. I will
Yeah.
rely on a bit better technical approach, better positions, which is still difficult to do. But I guess if that, you know, if that thing doesn't work, I can always fall back to some other things. You know, because I am planning
So
to, yeah,
yeah, sorry, no, go ahead. You're planning to.
no, I'm planning to, you know, use the style which is maybe not my favorite one, but I'm somehow forced to go in that direction, and I'm hoping that my body
I
will
see.
be ready to handle it.
What we talked about,
Yeah,
basically, what we talked
exactly.
about before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. So during that last match, you already talked about a little bit about the what happened, and your weaknesses in that match. But what surprised you the most? Right, everybody has an idea for an opponent when they're going to see or meet that person on the table. What surprised you the most of Arthur during that matchup?
Well, maybe his endurance, I would have to say,
The
because he
endurance.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise, you know, I met him before, I arm wrestled him before, I know how it feels. So nothing really too much, but I was hoping he would get tired, but he didn't. So let's
Right.
say that.
And you've well, you said you're not going to put too many eggs in that basket. Is there any other, I'm just trying to without spoiling too much of your game plan, what gives you the confidence that this time you will become the victor in this world title match?
Well, you know, it just seems that a few of these weapons, which I was working on for the past few years, I'm getting a little bit better and better at, you know, managing those weapons. One good weapon which I used against Danil Ustinov, that worked out pretty well. I really felt like I had you know, some people were not or maybe some people were expecting me to be a bit defensive. So maybe the Daniel's speed would bring me back to the defensive position. And then I think like I was able to be relatively offensive, almost immediately bring it a little bit towards me and a little bit towards my winning side. Um, so that move, I feel like I was able to discover some good setup things which allow me to somehow very quickly activate a lot of power in that direction. And then on top of that, the tools which I used against Prokopchuk, which was
Yeah.
mostly somehow side pressure with triceps, and yeah, that lock is now also working pretty well after many years of jam pressing. So I feel like those two things combined might be the perfect weapon for Makarov.
Right. Well, we'll see. We'll see very, very soon then.
Yeah.
And if you were to give him one thing that he does better than your past opponents, what is something next to the unexpected endurance that he had? What does he as the world title holder? What does he do better than other people? Um, I'm sure you've watched plenty of reanalysis videos and have obviously felt him on the table. But is there anything you could let loose about that? Do you think?
Well, he just has a lot of power. I would say very, very powerful.
Mhm.
And so many people are surprised how come is he fitting in that low weight class, which I am
Yeah,
surprised as
dude.
well. So yeah, I
Oh
guess he
Lord.
must have skinny legs. Plus, left side of his back is completely missing, so a lot of muscle mass is not doesn't exist on
I
his
see.
left side. So that probably helps him to fit into a weight class.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
And on
Yeah,
top of
that's
that,
a
he has those special genetic conditions, which his both arms are growing in a way which is not very normal. So
yeah.
and so those physical things allow him to generate a lot of power in that low weight class. And many other people are not able to generate that high power. And then since he does have the power, he can now grip me very low, and maybe sacrifice a little bit of that lever just to
Hmm.
prevent my low hand top roll technique working well. So in a way, it's a very good counter to my style. Normally, any other opponent is not able to generate that much power, so they cannot, because if they would grip me low enough, suddenly they would give me the lever advantage, and I would be fine.
What
I
do you
would say,
want?
okay, let's just hook. If you grip me so low, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But he's able to grip low enough, and he has the power so high to the point where maybe I'm still not able to just hook the guy. So that's the difficulty. Yeah.
Hmm. And for like obviously you've been working towards this match for quite some time now again. What does the belt mean, or what does his rematch mean beyond the belt to you, beyond calling yourself the best in the world?
I feel like beating Prokopchuk meant a lot to me because that
Mm-hmm.
back and forth battle took many years, and I was never that focused on Makarov. But so somehow I don't know if it means much to me or not. But I was thinking about it. I was somehow happy that there is still another guy who exists and he's still strong, maybe stronger. So there's still something to chase for. So in a way, I'm happy that he exists. But at the same time, I don't know. I'm not that. Um, I'm just it's just my own journey. I'm testing how good can I be. It's not really that I care about the title that much. If I win, then it's great. Then I would be somehow happy about my result. If I
Mm.
don't win, then I'm still happy that there is but still one guy who I can
Chase.
um, chase.
Yeah.
So I don't know, just
All
having fun.
right. Just having fun out there. Okay, so important next segment that I'm really curious about how you do this because you're a very technical guy, hence the introduction. How do you review your own matches and identify what you did wrong? How does that process go? Is it just by yourself or yeah? Could you walk us through that?
Yeah, I guess it's just by myself, and I don't. It's not like I need to watch any videos. Maybe a little bit sometimes, but mostly I
Mm.
just, I know how it felt during the match. I know if it felt good. I know what felt bad, and I try to find out why, and that's it.
So do you then replay those matches in your mind once you're on the table? Is that something you do, or do you note it down? Because I know over time memories can fade a little bit.
Yeah.
How do you preserve that? That
Oh yeah,
after few
preserving
months,
those technical skills is tough. I can for sure, especially if you do it for like me, 16, 17 years by now. Uh, you do forget things, and then you have to remember them, and so it's really not easy. That's maybe the tough part, how to preserve the skills. Yeah, so I just really, if I find something good, I just take a big mental note that okay, let's not forget this thing, and from time to time I practice it, of course, and so I try to keep it because
so
I know that it's
even
easy to
those
forget.
things, even those things you don't write down. It's all in your brain.
Right? Yeah, yeah. Because if I don't know, like if I write it down, maybe I should. Maybe I should.
I mean, I mean, I
It's
think
just
most
something,
people would agree.
naturally you would think that it must be difficult to forget those things, right? Because I'm just arm wrestling all the time. How am I gonna forget it? But
Yeah.
so that's maybe the first reason why I don't note them. But then, of course, now I realize that it's still easy to forget. Maybe I should start noting them.
I mean, maybe just the best, or the best takeaways that you felt at that moment. I don't know. I don't know. And once the time comes that you will stop arm wrestling, you'll have like a whole legacy of. I mean, depends on how many words you write. I'm not sure if you're the way I'm looking at it now. You're not really a man of much writing, as to speak. So it might be a very short book. We don't know. Um, All right. Well, then let me see. I'm wondering. So okay. So you just okay. So you just make a mental note, and then hmm. But do you have advice for other people? Like how? I mean, me personally, I have to write stuff down because I'll forget quite quickly. But yeah. Well, do you have advice for people? Do you have like an idea how people can improve that aspect of revising their wrongdoings? And it might be your way. Maybe there might be also people out there that do it the same way as you. Maybe you could, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, the thing is that um, those things, let's say good styles, good techniques, good little tricks, those things, you cannot just use them all the time.
Mm,
You decide which one should you use for a specific match. So it's not like you took the notes and then you go through them and you can always apply them to any scenario, right? So since you cannot apply them all the time, you almost have to have them in your head and just quickly decide, okay, should I do it now or should I use some other thing? So in any case, you kind of have to have it in your head to use it efficiently because, during the match,
mm.
maybe you want to make decisions and you will not be able to go back to your notebook and see, okay, what should I do here? So since you do have to have that whole thing in your head, then maybe there's no point to note it. Maybe you just have to practice memorizing things, and um, because
That is
otherwise,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, you're not gonna have your. I mean, it's gonna look quirky if you have your notebook next to the table. You have a world title match. So shoot, what was page 4 on Makarov again? Okay, he's doing this technique. All right, style number 3. Okay, let's go.
Right.
And
Right.
then you're too late. Makes kind of sense. Yeah, it makes kind of sense that you don't really. Yeah, maybe I should just test my memory more for that type of stuff, or just arm wrestle for another 10 years.
Yeah, or maybe it's not even about the time, but also just having more matches always helps because you suddenly you find those because there are not too many, but you just have to find those techniques which you are using, yeah, in the hook situation, topple situation, press
Hmm.
situation, and um, and being able to jump from one to another. Just it just means that you need more practice, and you will be most likely you'll be
Yeah.
good.
So I mean, like my riser is really shit. I've talked this with Baris, a guy from a Netherlands Dutch team. Um, do you have like any advice for me? I mean, I'm trying with the bullet strap. I'm following more like Todd Hutchings style type of arm wrestling. But I'm curious if there are any exercises, maybe on the table that you do, or in the gym that I could apply to my training. I'm trying to take something from everybody. So curious to, yeah, your knowledge.
So your riser basically, right? How to?
My riser is ass.
So I think just take some kind of belt, put it over the the
Mm,
knuckles, and
yeah,
hold statically, just static holding.
just statics.
Yeah.
I see. Right now, what I do is I have like a pistol grip and I hold it in 3 different ways. So I'm doing a 3 week wave with the pistol grip, and then I change the handle like Todd does, and then I do get the judo belt and I try that statically. I mean, I've seen that it gets stronger, but yeah, you're not really using any unorthodox like equipment or something.
Ah, so you're still taking this pistol grip, right? You don't just hold it like this, right? You
I'm just
put
holding
your
it.
thumb in
I'm
between, right?
I'm Yeah, like this or this. I change it from time to time.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it's funny. I never did it like this. Always like this.
Hmm.
Maybe stop doing that.
Yeah. All right. I'll revise it a little bit, I suppose. Or I'll just give people my riser, right? That's also something. If you give it, they can't take it. You're just gifting it to them.
Yeah, but normally, remember,
Um yeah.
we are only giving things, only sacrificing things just because we have an ability to um, still have enough force in those directions. For example, Makarov,
Mhm.
he can grip me low, but he will still be able to go through, let's say. Or if I am low handing, I'm not actually giving it away. I'm just low handing to a point enough where I'm still able to bring it back if I want to.
Hmm.
So it's not. It's a fake sacrifice.
It's a fake sacrifice. Yeah, so I mean, Todd also was talking about the fact that you have to try the different angles. So you have, for example, like -5 degrees, neutral, and then +5 degrees. Do y'all? Is it something you also do on the table? Because then, if you sacrifice it a little bit, then you can get it all the way back. You're not strong only here, but you're strong there, and you're also strong here. Is that something you do as well?
Yeah, I guess on the table it happens naturally. You just
Hmm.
play around these small angles. Um, but during gym training, I don't think I would. I only play in probably the most comfortable position, but not too much thought into that, to be honest. Yeah.
I see.
Um, yeah, in my case, it's either a full range move dynamically or a static move with some higher weight. And just very rarely I would go 90 degrees in the middle range and middle load. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah.
Okay. Okay. So just some couple quick questions that I have left. Maybe they're a bit cheesy, but Coach Ray said go with cheesy. Cheese is good. I don't know. Funny stuff with Ray. But so what did losing teach you that winning never could? Might be a thing to think about, but I was like, all right, interesting question. What has losing in arm wrestling taught you that winning never could?
No, I always really, since the beginning, I felt like losing was great. And I like losing a lot. I feel like I'm maybe the best at losing and handling it mentally.
Hmm.
Really doesn't affect me at all. But and yeah, you just when you lose, you learn, you know, why you lost and what was a weakness. Sometimes while winning, and maybe you are just barely winning, but you know you take it as a victory, and you don't think about the fact that you actually had some weakness. So
Hmm.
meanwhile, the loss forces you to think about that weakness and fix it.
And get better the next time around. Yeah. And in your opinion, I mean, you've had quite a lot of matches over the last decade. Um, if you would have to point out a single match, or maybe you know what, maybe a couple, but maybe a couple. What match has forced you to evolve the most? Right, it could be like a rematch, right? Like you said yourself, you lose, you learn, and where do you think personally the biggest change that you've made the biggest change?
Yes, so for many years I struggled from being a top roller only.
Mm,
And you know, normally if you are like that, it's really difficult to get how to become more versatile
mm,
because you know, I guess my body type and the fact that I'm somehow quite skinny just puts me in the category where I'm always maybe a bit taller than most people, which also means that my levers are a bit longer, which also means that I'm not gonna beat those other guys in the hook. You know, some other guy has a super short lever, and if we go inside, elbow to elbow, suddenly he has quite a big advantage. So naturally, you know, the body tries to go in the direction which is the easiest, the top roll,
mm-hmm,
and then yeah, you just get used to it, and nothing else works, and maybe you don't even practice the hook or press so much anymore. So so that's a problem, and I really enjoyed pulling Prokopchuk for so many years, or maybe I should say I didn't enjoy pulling him because he would have that ability to hook, and also if his hook fails, because normally the top roll is somehow meant to beat the hook, but that guy, he had a very good transition to the press where he gives his wrist away and he has crazy good
mm-hmm,
endurance, just a very locked up elbow joint. So it almost really felt like impossible to beat that style because it really countered my whole thing very well. And so I guess I'm the most happy about little by little getting more side pressure, more biceps, more elbow strength to be able to, yeah, use a different style, like yeah, attack him to the side a
count.
bit more. So yeah, that's that. Those losses against Prokopchuk taught me the most, and just because
Right,
of that, mostly, it's not
very
like I'm balanced now. Yeah,
more balanced because of it.
yeah,
So yeah, I mean, then he actually made you a lot stronger in all those. He made so he basically showed you your weaknesses, and that's how you became
yeah,
stronger,
yeah.
like you said. Yeah, yeah. How many matches have you had against Prokopchuk? I haven't really.
Yeah, I'm bad at I'm not really taking notes, so I have no idea.
Yeah, but you should have the mental notes, right? The memory
Yeah,
is
but
really good, right?
but, you know, those things are the past is not so important to me somehow. I just want to
Yeah,
be good
only
in the
the,
future. So I need to remember
yeah.
techniques. I don't need to remember which year did I
Score,
win things
win,
or
whatever.
yeah.
I see, I see, I see. Interesting, interesting. All the arm wrestlers are so different. It's really really fun that.
Yeah, trust
Um.
me, yeah, I wouldn't be
Okay.
able to tell
Yeah.
you any of my competitions, which year, which place did I take. I have no idea. None of them.
So if somebody stood next to you, like if I would do like an East versus West, I say, okay, Mindaugas, you've done this, and that, and you've won such and such and such. It's like, wow, that's okay.
That's
Well,
that's
for
pretty
you, it
good.
would be like, oh, there is that me? Whoa, that's impressive. That's how it would work out. Um, so I'm not sure if it was last match that you had, or if it's I heard you talking about diet a lot. That's very important to you, and I've seen online that a lot of people go into it, like what you eat and stuff. So I don't really want to ask that question necessarily, but what I was wondering, you said you had some stomach issues during the event, right?
The last one, the
Is it
Prokopchuk.
some what was it? Was it with Prokopchuk, the last event that you had stomach issues, or was
Yeah,
it
the
a
last
bit
one with
recent, more
Prokopchuk. Yeah,
recent?
like it was. I was, not only me, some other people also got it afterwards. But yeah, some kind of.
Yeah,
I assume it's some
maybe
kind of infectious virus, whatever.
I see.
Not not sure. Not exactly
It,
sure what it was, but
it was it wasn't the diet. It was not in the diet or something.
no, no, for sure. Well, me eating a very big steak and then on top of that having a very big milkshake maybe somehow messed me up. But so I guess that's a mistake from my side. But still,
Yeah.
that virus thing, it was an additional thing.
Mm. It might have been another guy at the buffet. I don't know, picking his nose and touching the meat again. Curtis Cameron knows what I'm talking about. He didn't eat the food at EVW last time. Yeah.
But
All
it's
right.
funny,
All right. All right.
when you travel to these competitions, it's actually quite common.
Yeah.
Like I remember back in Kazakhstan, you know, so many people are walking
Mm.
around, shaking hands, eating different things. It's actually quite
And they're
common that you end up catching something. Then
I mean, and they're all from these different places, right? Everybody's
yeah,
from a different
exactly.
place. You're bringing different stomach bacteria, or like what you've eaten
Yeah.
there might. Yeah, that is a big mixture. Indeed, it
If I
is.
sit
Yeah.
at home and I don't get anything, don't travel anywhere, then yeah, then normally I don't have any problems. But when you travel somewhere, it's quite risky. You might end up catching something.
It might be the same like with water, right? If you drink water from a different
Yeah,
location where you're
yeah,
not used to the well, not the chemicals, but the chloride, is the chloride in the water. You have to
yeah.
buy it from the store, otherwise you'll sit on the toilet for 3 weeks. Yeah. So, what do you think about the East versus West 23? I think this is going to be. I mean, East versus West 22 was really large. Everything was sold out. What do you think about this venue? Press conference at FIBO, and then in Wuppertal, the big event. I mean, there are some great names um, on the table. Is there any? I mean, obviously, you're going to be looking forward to a lot of matches, but I'm sure you have a favorite that you're really interested in, or
No,
some
this
of the
event
matches. Yeah,
really,
just
I'm looking for every single match. Like all of them are so good. So normally, I don't always care about the other people matches, but
hmm.
this time all of them are very interesting. So just yeah, I'm gonna enjoy it. I guess I will not be able to enjoy it too much during the event itself, but maybe afterwards
After.
I'll still rewatch.
Yeah, 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 yeah. We're gonna see Brian Shaw versus Leonidas. Is going to be an interesting match. What do you think about that? You have any thoughts about that? But those big
I'm
boys on the
just looking
stage.
forward to that venue. It seems like the table is gonna be in the center, and then you will have the
I
people
see.
all the way around. I'm looking to the atmosphere. I feel like it's gonna be great. Also, seems like we'll have these walkouts, where it's not only you, but you have multiple people behind you. So I feel like that's gonna be fun. So
Have you picked anybody? Have you picked anybody that's walking with you?
not yet, but I have plenty of teammates coming from Denmark.
Ah, there you go.
So we'll
There
have
you
way too
go.
many people. I will be in a bad position again. I'll have to choose who do I take to a corner,
Pick
who do I?
straws. You, you can pick straws.
Yeah,
Then it's just luck based, right?
but it's always
Oh,
tough.
dude, it's going to be.
Yeah.
It's always tough. It is. It is. Yeah, I'm especially looking forward to Devon Borman. That kid is insanely strong. The Borman brothers. I'm really happy to see those guys on stage. And Ayane Takanaka. She is also a great powerhouse. I'm really happy that she's going to be there as well. So yeah, I mean it's packed. It's packed. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. So I'm going to round up here a little bit. I have two final questions for you, Mindaugas, and then I'll leave you to your day. Is there anything you would like to say to the people watching at home in your native language?
Yeah. Should I
For the
just
people
say?
watching, just go ahead. I might not understand, but I'll keep it in video.
Nu tai ką, lietuviai, kurie palaiko, labai smagu. Vis parašo žinučių, tai labai smagu, kad palaikot. Jo, atstovausim Lietuvą Vokietijoje ir manau bus labai gerai. That's it.
All right, there you have it. Final words in this interview for Arthur. What can he expect in April from you?
Okay, so maybe it's just a question to him. I wonder if he knows that he's about to lose or not. Just like that. Because I don't think he
All
knows.
right. He doesn't know. He's not laying awake in bed knowing that he'll lose his title. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here on the Grip Kings Arm Wrestling channel. Tune in. East versus West 23, the biggest event this sport has ever seen. Mindaugas Tarasaitis, you will see him next month. All right. Thank you so much. And yeah, good luck on your
Thank you,
last
Owen.
preparations. All right.
Grip Kings.
Grip Kings. Yeah.